Well, that looks a bit inappropriate. Well, I got the sweep attacher installed. The knit screw could go in a little bit further. That's one thing I did notice. That hole goes all the way through that bar, and screws, it's in there okay, but it could have went in there further, made a more solid connection, or even two. A lot of weight on the back of this when it's full. So, about ready to give it a try. So, I did have to do a firmware update. As soon as I plugged it in, it popped up, firmware update. So I figured it probably needed one for the sweeper. So then it recognized it had it, and now you can select between mowing and sweeping. Hopefully in the future you'll be able to do both at the same time, ideally. Take extra battery, but I think it would be worth doing, especially if you just had a smaller area. My area here is pretty bad, so I'm feeling it's going to get a lot of dirt. So what I've been doing, since I knew I had to empty it so many times, and my home charger is way over there in that front field. So I've just been sitting out here in front of a fan because it's so hot, emptying it a whole bunch of times. This is all what I got off of that. All those grass and leaves and acorns and twigs and dirt. It has to always be on, sweeping the whole way from one area to the other and across the path and everything. It really shouldn't do that. It should raise up and turn off. Well, there it is. Got the whole yard swept over here. I'll be doing a couple laps here soon. One thing I noticed, that bag is full and it goes back to the charger. It won't dock with the charger. That it just does a wheelie and it won't sit down on the charging pads. So,
what are you doing?
Not sure what to do about that.
Wait, stop that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Give me a break. Could lower down further, so it wouldn't be doing such a wheelie before it goes in, lower all the way down. I did figure out how to raise it up and down. You have to take the bag off, and then you can raise it up and down. It only has two levels, either all the way up or about halfway down. You just use the mowing height adjustment for it. And you put it all the way down to like 0.8, it'll lower it all the way down, but then it raises itself back up just a little bit. I read somewhere they only had the highest setting, 3 inches and then 1.5 inches or something like that is all it will do for now. You gotta have the bag off to do it. But other than that, works okay. I might need to remap this backyard a little bit. There's a couple spots I just gotta stay further away, especially with this bag. I didn't put no-go zones around the trees. That one there I might have to because it's so big. I did get stuck there once because it got stuck up at an angle on the side of a big root there. But all the other ones went around pretty good. And surprisingly, you got some open sky, but it doesn't get the best signal back here, but I mean it makes it. You got to leave a little wider spaces here and there. It'll get off position a little bit, but it did pretty good. One thing I noticed on the sweeper kit, I kept trying to take the bag off and empty it out, and it kept telling me that it was still full, even though it was empty. Well, come to find out, you can see up in there, down here, you see those two holes there, big gap on this side. There's even that hole in the top there. That was all packed full of dirt. I had to take my air hose and blow that all out. Then it allowed me to use it again. And the container full, air went away. So what I decided to try is I had some weather stripping. So you can see I put some weather stripping to fill that gap in, keep that from getting packed with dirt, sand, and crap. Didn't plug that top hole. I don't know how much is going to get in from up there. I still should be able to blow it out. It's not perfectly sealed underneath either. Gap's kind of big. And I've already used it since. I've already done a second sweep. And it seems to work just fine. Haven't had that issue again like I did the first time, 2 or 3 times on the first time. Still sensed when the bag was full, so it's still working. It didn't stop it from working, and just keeps the sand from getting blown up in there. And then I'm not sure exactly how those sensors work. There's 2 sensors, and then just a wire goes back, so that's just a cover. Sensor mounts to that cover, and then it bolts up to the unit there. It covers the wire. That's really all it's doing. Must be some magnets or something sensing dirt and debris somehow. Maybe ultrasonics. I don't know.
Luba, stop that. Can't believe I just said Luba, stop that.